So this is what I did in order to control the conversation with police when my ex-wife, a covert narcissist, I told her that I filed for the divorce that day and she attacked me. Then she called the cops and said I attacked her. First, I ran away outside, ran away. I ran outside because I contacted support and my support all said, go outside, wait for the police. Because I was going to call the police, but she already said, I'm calling the police. And I'm just like, this woman's crazy. After she attacked me. So that's basically saying, I'm going to lie and say you did this to me now. So it was scary. The cops show up and I let the first officer on the scene know what happened. That I told her about the divorce. She attacked me. Then she yelled, "I'm calling the police," and all that. So he goes in to speak with her. A second officer comes to speak to me, and he gets her story. At that point, while the second officer is there, a third officer shows up to the scene, and they're all asking me the same questions to see if it stays the same, which of course it did. Then what happened was the first officer, when he spoke to me again, he started trying to say, well, sometimes a man can get really angry, especially if a woman basically says if a woman attacks you, you might get angry and want to protect yourself and make contact with her, which I still wouldn't do because even though I have a very legal right to do that, here in Indiana, it's like, nope, women are completely superior. You're not allowed to protect yourself or lift a hand in order to keep her from harming. That really is what it's like here. So when he says that, and he says, "What about the marks?" I was like, "Marks?" And I was like, "Now he's trying a stupid tactic." You know, what I did not know is something my ex-wife said a lot in the past was how easy she marks up, and she said, "Look, see, look at that. If I wanted to, which you're lucky because I would never do because they're not like other women. But if I was like other women, I could just do that. Look at that. See that? Look, I just tell the cops that you grabbed me. That's how easy it is. But you're lucky that I'm not like other women, and I would never do that. It's like who talks that way? And she'd been saying that for years, so she'd been planning it for years. So I don't know this yet. I think the cops just trying a dumb tactic on me about, mm, whatever. So I plead the fifth. And or not plead the fifth. They tell him I want my attorney then. He was like, You're not gonna speak? I was like, nope, absolutely not. I was like, I want my attorney. And basically what that did is it stopped him from asking that question. Then it allowed me to move on to speaking to him more and saying, go in there and ask her again, listen to what she says, and then later on ask her again and listen to what she says that time. Another thing is if there are marks somewhere on the body, that means there is contact made. Contact was made somehow in order to leave a mark. Ask her as far as wherever it is, how did contact? How was there a physical contact that was made in that spot in order to leave that mark? What happened at what point of time? And I still don't believe the marks are there. But just in case they are, I'm telling him. I was like, go in there and ask her again. And this saved me. Because I shut him down by saying, no, I want an attorney then. I want a lawyer by my side, just to shut him down from asking that question. And then me talking again and telling them to do this thing. They did go in there and they asked her, and her story did not line up. I've heard her tell her story multiple times and it never lined up. And I knew that about her, that she was not able to keep her story straight. Her lies were always very different. Even if she told a lie and you said repeat that, she would tell you a completely different lie. So when I was speaking to the police, my mindset was not so much that I was talking to the police for a police report. My mindset was instead of questioning the person in court, my ex-wife, at the time wife, that I was speaking to the officer to get that to her instead to prove her wrong. So my mindset was more as far as being how an attorney or just any person would defend themselves by grilling drilling, grilling. Why did I say grill? Drilling the other side with questions. Like, what about this? What about what that? What about this? What about that? And that's how I went about it. And I found out later, to the police a couple days later. I did not know about this until someone else told me. And she showed pictures of marks on her body. I can't remember where they were. But again, it didn't make sense. And with her story just didn't make sense. Ooh. It's like right now I just thinking about how vicious she was when she touched me and how I kind of wish I just went bam right on her nose. But you can't do that. You cannot defend yourself in any way, even if it's legal, even if the law practically requires you to do so to protect yourself. Not with a woman, not out here. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. Ooh. I've never been abused and thrown out around as much by police, government officials, judges, as much as I've been out here in Indiana. It's such a nightmare out here. You're just not allowed to do anything in any way to protect yourself, and it is just terrible. Whew. But anyway, that is what I did and how I handled the police as far as my mindset when I was talking to them. They tell me something and they're trying to push it to try and make me say I did something I didn't do. It's like, nope, I want my attorney then. Nope, I'm done talking to you. I want an attorney. Then they're like, okay. Once they say okay, that basically means they're not going to ask that question anymore. And then remember, everything you say is on record. But as soon as you get them to stop with that BS because it's a problem, they need to take it seriously and the stuff needs to go on record. So when people start getting off topic and start using tactics like that, it's like stop with the trick questions. This happened. We need to talk about what happened and put it on record what happened, you know? And that's how you control it. That's how I did it. It worked out for me. The, she went over there with her pictures and they looked up the stories as far as what she said and what I said, and they just did not even prosecute me, which later on multiple people told me was shocking that they didn't do anything, but it had to do with what was in the police report because I knew how to speak to them in order for the proper things to get in that police report. But anyway, yeah, that's all. And oh gosh, okay. Yeah, you didn't see anything important. That would have been terrible if there's like some sensitive information on there with that. But anyway, catch you guys later. Peace.